It's interesting. There was a conversation I had recently, and the analogy that was given to me, it was another B2B CMO. And he said, we're making decisions. We're asking our buyers to make decisions at such a rapid pace. And hang on, we're in the ABM model here. This could take 8 months. This could take a year. And he says, I know. He says, but we're making decisions every single day. The velocity, the number, and the amount of decisions that we're making. And think about it, like all of us, we are B2B buyers. Last time that you added to your tech stack, guess what? You were the B2B buyer, right? And you're not a professional buyer, right? That's not what you do for a living, right? You run marketing in your organization. And on the side, you've got to make these big decisions, right? As you're in this fast pace of the constant decision making you're at, is the velocity can be our worst enemy, right? You said, think about it. Think about what can go bad, what can go wrong when you're going 75 miles an hour on the freeway versus 10 miles an hour in your driveway. Velocity can really lead to bad things. And he said, if we're in this fast paced world that we're trying to make decisions, we're going to default to the decisions we're comfortable with. We're going to default to the people that we're comfortable doing business with, the name that we're comfortable doing business with, right? How do we become part of that inner circle of who we're trusted, right? If we can do that, our conversion rates are going to go way up. So now the question is, how do we become part of that, right? So this is the question. How do we navigate this self-discovery journey that they're on, where they're making all their own decisions? By the time they even get to us, right? They've got their short list of 2 or 3, and they've got their winner in mind before they start kicking the tires and actually wanting to talk to us. How do we earn the trust to get into that small elite group at the end?
How do you go from the winner circle to the inner circle?
This is a good way.
Yeah.
Like knowing that's the world we live in now, right? We get ourselves into that elite group that is actually going to be the people they want to talk about. Or maybe another way to think about that is, how do we get earlier and earlier in the buyer's decision with them in the buyer journey? Like, how do we have that conversation actually with them before they pick their finalist, right? Once they pick the finalist, that's going to be really hard to break into.
We talk about this all the time with our teams. I think previously the traditional model was, right, like you follow the funnel, right? But now it's impossible for you to wait and see. There's no such thing as creating demand in many ways, right? If you're not talking to your potential customer base, even before they know that you're their target partner to solve a particular problem, you've lost them. You have to grow with them as they're growing their business model. You have to attach yourself to their business journey and their life cycle, which is why I think going back to the identity crisis of the marketing function within a company, there's nobody else within an organization that knows how to be an advocate for your customer better than the marketing. We're the ones who are always talking about it's not about us, it's about them. Your customer is the reason why we're in business. Like their business is our business in so many ways. And how do you help figure out your business model to almost map and grow along with your ecosystems of your client bases or your customer bases? And how do you figure out your inflection points in the market along with the growth curves and the milestones of your customers so that, that commitment to your customers' growth is at the heart of your entire existence, right? And there's nobody else advocating for that within your business better than your marketing stakeholder within your company. And if that's not part of your rhythm and if that's not part of your go to market engine, it's really difficult to orchestrate that as a add on to your go to market motion. Then trust becomes baked into every single engagement that you're having with those clients. That way, you're never talking about a prospect. Every prospect is a future client at that point, right? Because you're just growing with the way your vertical is growing or your segment is growing.